Hey, what's up, fam? And today we're going to be talking about accountability buddies. Let's start off with what is an accountability buddy, and then let's talk about why do you need an accountability buddy. So in short, an accountability buddy is another person who helps you crush your goals by keeping you accountable to what you say and to what you desire. That's about it. Most of the time, those guys have similar goals, and you help each other out to achieve your individual goals. In this video, I'm going to be showing you why you need an accountability buddy, and how to set it up for success. So let's get right into it. So why do you need an accountability buddy? So let's start with this, the statistics. So the American Society of Training and Development concluded that people who have an accountability buddy, they have a 95% chance to go out there and succeed on their goals. And just to put that number into your perspective, if you just would take the same goal and write it down on paper, you would have a 3% chance of going out and doing that goal. So having an accountability buddy, number one, you increase your chances of being successful and hitting the goals tremendously. It's an enormous advantage to have. And why is that? I think I was listening to a podcast by Tim Ferriss. I'm not sure which one was this, but I remember I overheard a statistic about China. So the thing in China is they are putting in a lot of safety measures for people who want to jaywalk, right? And something that I did was, I think it was in China. I'm not 100% sure though. So don't quote me on these words. Basically, people who would be jaywalked, the government hired like mascots to make fun of people who jaywalked in dangerous areas where you shouldn't be doing that. And in short, having that social pressure lowered the amount of jaywalkings happening by 78%. So that's a huge decrease in the amount of people who jaywalk, and it's all because of the social pressure. And the same thing happens here with your accountability buddy. Essentially, you're telling your goal to somebody else, and he's going to be pressuring you into achieving and hitting that goal, which is of course much harder rather than just trying to do it on your own or do something which you have just written down on paper. So yeah, then social pressure and status. Yeah, I already mentioned this a little bit, but let's say when you have an accountability buddy and you tell him, oh, I have a goal of hitting $10,000 per month, right? For Swim and Leads, we had the goal of within the first 30 days to hit 3K in recurring revenue. We actually ended up doing that. So in the first 3 days of launch, we ended up profiting $2,094. So we can definitely extend our goal further and further. And is that when the internal team between us, we talked about that goal and we had that goal. We're like, okay, we're bringing pressure to us, so it's gonna make us work, right? It's gonna make us work and make us achieve that goal. And that's essentially what happened: social pressure and status. Because if we had not achieved that goal, our statuses would have plummeted. Maybe not by a large margin, but still, nobody likes to lose. So next is 2 tips on finding an accountability buddy, right? You guys understand why accountability buddies are amazing, why they're insanely good. Now, how can you find one? So in order to find an accountability buddy, there are 2 things I like to do. And this is also to find like-minded individuals who can you work with. So step number 1 is social media. Okay, guys, I know social media, it's like a double-edged sword. Most of the time it kills your productivity. However, a lot of times it can help you out a lot. 21 Savage reference. God damn it. Why did I have to say that? But a lot of times it can help you out as well. Like in this instance, what you can do in social media, on your stories and in your Facebook feeds, you can just basically post that, hey, I'm looking for an accountability buddy. I'm gonna give you what exactly it's post in a second, but in the idea of, hey, I'm looking for an accountability buddy because I want to hit the goal X, right? And that way, you are being committed to actually going out there and finding an accountability buddy, again, because of this social pressure you're giving to yourself, right? When people say that, oh yeah, he's going to hit that goal, you're putting pressure on yourself that if you don't hit that goal, people kind of see you as a pussy or somebody who is not a man of their word. So you just got to go out there and do it. So once you have done the Instagram story, Facebook feed thingy, when you just post and, tell, hey, I need an accountability buddy. Postscriptum, you're going to get the script to use in a second. Then what you can also do is join Facebook groups and messenger groups. I added this step because a lot of you, maybe not a lot of you, but some of you, you might not be in a circle of like-minded individuals. You might be in school where people like, haha, he wants to become an entrepreneur and whatnot. You might be in that like kind of toxic scenario. So in that case, you can find a lot of like-minded individuals on social media, such as Facebook, Instagram, mainly like Facebook groups and messenger groups. And actually, I've got a group you guys can join to find like-minded individuals as well. Just head on into the description. It should be the first link there. Or if you are on the swimandleads.com website, which I hope you are, the experience there is way better. There's also a written blog post about us. Then it's gonna be under 2 tips to find an accountability buddy, and you'll basically get the link there to join the group. So yeah. Then, once you have joined the groups and once you're ready to post on a story, this is what you want to post. Okay, so I'm gonna read this. Hey, I'm looking for someone who wants an accountability buddy. I want to insert your goal here. I want to earn $10,000 in the next 30 days. What's your goal? Let's help each other out. Comment your goal down below. Like just this simple message. It can get people who have a similar goal or who are looking for an accountability buddy as well. They can comment below, you can DM them, you can start talking to him, and boom, you have found yourself an accountability buddy. Yeah, this is option number 1. Option number 2, fairly straight to the point. Ring, call your homies. I try to look like a gangster, but okay, never mind. Call your homies. Like literally, pick up your phone, say, yo, what up, dog? I'm trying to crush some goals. You want to help me out? And I'm going to help you out as well in return. All right? Try to, tap into your own network you have right now and find some friends with whom you can work with in order to crush some goals. That's going to be extremely important for you. Now, once you have done this, it's time to move on to the next part, which is what to do next. Okay, Reinis, I have my goal, I have my accountability buddy, but what do I have to do next? And let's just get right into it. There are 4 things you want to do. Okay, there are 4 things you want to do. So let's start with the first one. So you want to break down your big goal into smaller goals you can take action on. So what do I mean by this? Postscriptum, if you're on the Swim and Leads website, there's going to be a resource on there. And if you're on YouTube, you're going to have to head on to the website. You're going to get the resource, okay? It's free. So basically, what do I mean by this? I want you to use the resource which is going to be in Swim and Leads. I'm going to show it on the screen in a second. Basically, have your large goal. Like, for example, earn $10,000 a month. Of course, earning $10,000 a month, that's vague, right? And that's something you can't really control. Because there are a lot of things that go on in life that might earn you more, might earn you less. So, what you have to focus on is focusing on things you can control. So these are the smaller goals. A good example for this is you want to get your first 3 clients for your agency, right? Or your consulting business. What you can do then is you can understand, okay, in order for me to get new clients, what do I have to do? I have to do outreach, I have to do sales, and I also have to post on social media to build more trust. So you have these 3 goals. Understand, make them measurable, okay? Make them measurable. So you can say, okay, I have to do outreach to 100 people a day, I have to get 2 meetings a day, and I want to create 5 pieces of content a week. Sorry. Right. That way, when you're having accountability, you have definite numbers you can see, and these are numbers you can control, because you can control how many people you reach out to and how many meetings you get. However, you cannot control the amount of clients you close, right? Because there's a lot of scenarios, a lot of variables that go into it. God damn it, I dropped it again. That's something you have to understand. That's what I like, because then you can be tracking goals on your action, okay? So this is like tracking goals in your action. That's super valuable for people. So once you have done that, by the way, to do this super easily and to keep this trackable, I'm going to show you how to do it. Now guys, right now I'm going to be showing you the liquid goal sheet, and this is going to help you set your goals and also keep in track of all your goals in a week's time, and then also in a week's time. I mean, in a long-term time and in a week's time. So let's get right into it. Basically, I'm gonna quickly be showing you how to go around and manage a sheet and whatnot. So yeah, basically this is the timeline. You can change this to dates, whatever you want. If you want to expand this, you can continue on expanding it. That's up to you. I've left it to 29 weeks because that's what fits in here. Then this side of the things, this is the this is the timeline itself. There isn't. This is the goal itself. The goal most of the time wouldn't change. If you decide, for example, if you have hit the goal, let's say here, you can just color this as a green, and then from now on you have your next goal. Next goal. This is an example, right? For the time being, once you're still working on one goal, just keep it blank. Then what you want to do right next to it, over here, they're just tasks. You have the main tasks you have to fulfill during the week. So let's say my goal is, again, scale my business to $10,000 a month. In order for me to do that, I need to set 30 meetings a week, okay? Then in order for me to set 30 meetings a week, I need to reach out to 300 businesses. Then I need to create 4 video audits, and you can go on, so on and so forth. You have all the tasks which are going to help you to hit your goal, right? These are tasks which you can control. These should be number-based tasks where you can like look at them over a week's time and say, hey, have I hit that or have I not? Because let's say landing 5 clients, that's something you don't control like by your own, right? You cannot determine how many clients you might land, but what you can control is how many meetings you have. You can control how many businesses you reach out to, and you can control the numbers you have here. You can control how much money you spend on advertisements, how much are you reinvesting and backing your business, and this is hugely important if you want to succeed in the game that is business. And this is gonna make you easy for you and your accountability buddy to keep track in your and their progress. So make sure they have this sheet as well. So yeah, I have written down a couple of tasks as placeholders, then I filled it out this as a placeholder. So basically, if you hit the goal, you just say a yes. If it's, the 4 audits, I just leave it as a blank. If I did more, I reached out to 350 businesses. So once you have all of these tasks here, what you want to do next is go to the week's action plan. And here, you have the big goal, which is basically I usually put the biggest goal here, and then the biggest goal is gonna go here. Then you break this goal into smaller goals. In order for me to set meetings, I need to do 30 cold calls a day. So they only did 25. Next day I did 30, etc., etc., etc. I just go through till I hit Sunday. The same thing goes for prospecting. I need to prospect 70 businesses, prospect 80. What happens next day, next day, next day, next day, next day? Because then you can see how are you performing during the week. What exactly are you doing each and every single day, and what's up with that? You can basically have all the tasks lined up for the week. You can add more if you wish. So yeah, this is pretty much it for the week's action plan and the liquid goal sheet. This is gonna help you improve your productivity and help you become more successful, especially with your productivity partner, fairly quickly. So yeah, make sure you use it, make sure your buddy uses it, make sure everything you put in here, it's all numbers based, so it's measurable. Keyword being measurable, because if it's not measurable, you don't know whether you have hit the goal or not. So make sure it's measurable. So yeah, thank you guys for watching this part, and let's get back to the video. So now the second thing is set the ground rules, and this is something crucial a lot of people don't do, but you must do this. So setting the ground rules essentially means you set all the rules for you and your accountability buddy to commit to everything. So this is gonna also get into with the next point, which is reward and a punishment system. Those both kind of go together, because setting the ground rules means you guys understand how you gonna when do you guys get to be accountable, whether that's daily, weekly, monthly, whatever that is. How are you gonna track each other's goals? How you have to set the ground rules that there's no BS. If somebody's not taking action, you tell them you're a little bitch. You have the little bitch syndrome, and go and fucking cure that. The next step, reward and a punishment system. I kind of want to merge these together in the video. If you have a goal and you don't have anything to lose, it's a scary place to be, okay? Let me tell you why. When you have something to lose, you can be more conservative, or you can be more on taking action. And let me give you an example. One of my friends, Splashman, a while back we did an interview, and he told me what he did when he was trying to grow his YouTube channel. He and one of his friends, they wanted to upload daily, and what they did was basically They would check each other's channels out every single day and see if they have uploaded. If they haven't uploaded, the person who hasn't uploaded has to pay the other person $20. Right? So that way you have a reward and a punishment system. A reward is like when the other person's lazy and you're hustling, you get some money, right? When you're lazy, you have to pay. Nobody likes to give out money out their pocket. So this is something that keeps you accountable, keeps you going into the pace and hustling more. So yeah, the next step is figure out the best way to keep each other accountable. Now this is something I want to leave up to you, because this all comes down to the individuals who are there. You know, whether the best step of accounting is through calls, weekly calls, daily calls, whatever it is for you, that is up to you to decide. That is all individual. Yeah, personally, I recommend hopping on bi-weekly calls, right? Of course, it depends on a goal, right? For some people, even accountability can be as simple as, hey, I want to wake up at 6, so what you have to do, you have to record a video of you, maybe going into, maybe you waking up, right, and going to the, what's it called, like a newspaper online and showing the news, proving that it's that day, yeah, I'm awake, right, and then you maybe have to go out and go for a run, whatever it is, right, that should be something that you do daily. Now, something that you do weekly is maybe, if your goal again is to hit the $10,000 per month mark, and you're using this first step, you're breaking down the larger goal into smaller goals, which you can control. So then you can have weekly check-ins on to look over what have you done, what haven't you done, and that's about it. So yeah, guys, thank you for watching. Hopefully after this video, you're gonna find an accountability buddy to keep you going and help you succeed. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching, and Reinis out. Peace.